Okay, look, I almost got it.
You didn't get it at all.
No, I almost got it. Hello. And welcome to character creation tutorial for the Beyond Good and Evil, the Forgotten System, fan-made tabletop RPG. Because real nerds don't just write fan fiction, they attach dice rolls to them. If you don't know what the Forgotten System is, it's basically like Dungeons and Dragons, but for Beyond Good and Evil. And if you don't know what Dungeons and Dragons is, this is not the right video to start.
Alternatively, it could be the perfect video to start if you're not at all turned on by like medieval-y type stuff, which most Dungeons and Dragons stuff is.
That's fair.
If instead you're super into
sci-fi and furries, yeah, we got you covered.
Then this is the perfect way to start, like to get into tabletop-ing.
Yes. Well, I mean, the game might be, but this video is probably not the best place to start. Okay, you're here today.
I am.
Because I'm going to run you through how to create your character.
I'm very excited. I haven't decided anything yet, though.
Yeah, no, that's
Should I have decided something?
No, that's totally fine. That's totally fine, because we'll leave it up to the dice rolls.
Why don't you give us a quick overview first before we do any of this? What's going on?
Okay,
Who
what's
are
going
you?
on? Yes,
what is Beyond Good and Evil?
I'm Bennett, even though everybody started calling me Star, and I'm not going to fight that. I'm really not going to fight that. So what we're going to do first, and I got a little ahead of myself, is determine the character attributes. Because unlike in a video game where all starting characters are equal, in tabletop games, something that's very beautiful is that some characters are just more talented than others. And some characters are really sickly or really stupid or really weak, but they have other attributes that even that out, or they're just more endearing. Like in one game that we're playing, one person in the party, not you, has really bad stats. So she makes up for it by being really creative with her whip and her, like, pet dog that she rides around. So it's fine if you get low stats. All right.
Number one, first thing, follow Bennett's rules.
If you want, you can start anywhere, but you'll get confused. That's why these are in order.
Where in your rules do you have come up with your character's name?
At the very end. Okay, now roll again.
With 3?
With 3, yes. Why are you making this so difficult? That's a 10.
Because you haven't explained any of it to me beforehand. Also, if you type 9, 10, the next thing it is news.
9,
and
10,
then
11, 2019.
Alright, next.
4.
That's not good, alright.
Not good.
How many times do I do this?
6 times, yeah. 11.
Okay. 4 is just deplorable.
Oh my god!
Okay. And last roll, 7.
Alright, so since you didn't roll anything above 14, you can throw all of these results away and try again.
All of them?
Yeah.
But what if I want to keep some of my 4s? I don't want to keep my 4s. Alright. 9.
Ooh.
12.
Ooh, that's another 12.
12. I was like, I can't math.
That's
10?
10? No, wait, it's an 8.
8?
Oh god, we're so bad at this. 6.
And last one, 9.
Yeah.
So should I get rid of them again?
You can, since you didn't get anything of 14 or
How many
higher.
times am I allowed to do this?
Forever.
Really?
Yeah. Your character should have at least one thing they're good at.
12 is pretty okay.
12 is okay.
Alright, we're gonna throw those away.
Okay, that's a 12.
Okay, come on, 14.
Ooh.
I think that's
Wait, no, hang on, that's 14. That's 14, yes.
Oh my gosh.
We're so bad at this. 10. Alright, so 4.
Watch me get the rest as 4s.
5.
5, great. Tight.
That's an 8.
Okay, last roll.
Yeah. Ooh, that's an 11.
Alright.
Alright.
Could have been
You got your stats.
I have my stats. I have a 12, a 14, a 10, a 5, an 8, and an 11.
Now, you can place them on strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, charisma, and wisdom in any order you choose. Or in the order you rolled them if you want to be extra random.
I'm going to do that. So this is a 12.
This is a 12.
This is 14.
14.
10.
10.
5.
5 intelligence, nice.
8.
8.
And 11.
11. Alright.
I don't want to play anymore.
Alright, so these attributes, so we have the scores, so now we determine the modifiers. The modifiers are what you actually add to your dice rolls.
When you do saving throws and stuff.
When you do
like
saving
checks.
throws and skill checks, and I'll explain that in like future stuff. Or you can read the rule book, which I will have in the link of the YouTube video, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Alright, so 12 is a +1.
This is so difficult. Hold on.
Oh.
Ugh. This is why we ordered a mouse pad. It will be here sometime eventually.
Next week.
Okay, 14 is +2.
+2.
You can go up to 18. Oh man, I rolled poorly. Okay, 10 is 0.
Do you want another piece of evidence?
5 is -3.
For how bad we are at math?
No.
3 dice go up to 18?
Oh yeah. Well. -2.
Wow.
And 0.
And 0.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So, what do we have here?
I don't want to play.
Your character is relatively dexterous. And
Yes.
relatively strong. Pretty stupid. Like slightly more intelligent than an animal. Like an animal has intelligence like 2. So,
I'm at -3. Oh, no.
An intelligence score.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so we did that.
This is painful. This
Yeah.
is a very bad character.
Okay, well, not necessarily.
This is an orc, but we're not playing with orcs, and I don't know what the orc equivalent is.
You can always be a shark if all else fails. All right.
I could go for that.
All right. Let's go to the next thing.
Let me do it.
Yes. All right. Now is the fun part. Choose your DNA.
All right. What are my options?
Okay. Well, you can start scrolling.
Sit back.
Sorry, I got excited. So what the DNA is basically is what kind of, if you're just a
I
human
thought this
or
said
an
apples.
goats, apples, rhinos, eagles, and bagels.
Bagels.
All right. So if you're familiar with Beyond Good and Evil, you probably know what this is about. Do you want to play as a normal human or as one of many, many animal hybrids that have their own strengths and weaknesses?
I want to be a hybrid.
All right, then scroll and start looking through them.
I have made a decision,
Yes?
and I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah?
I have to stay on brand.
You'll be a cat?
I'm being a cat.
Yeah.
Like, I'm making Puss in Boots. I like cats. We have many cats. I can't stray from my branding here.
You can't stray from the brand. No, you have to be a peach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peaches eat cats. What? Peaches are cats?
Not to sell peach hybrids. Killer tomato
I have
hybrid.
to choose cat, but I'm very happy about choosing cat because it's great. Cats are the best. My second choices were ape and shark.
Yeah.
The thing that I like about cat the most, though, is that like that +2 dexterity, though. It's gonna be super fun.
Yeah.
And also, I love stealth and night vision and acrobatics. I have a character in one of the other tabletop games that we're like playing through, campaigns we're playing through, who just like casually does cartwheels over people and like steals things out of their hands. And that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I want to keep doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be DNA cat.
Cat. All right.
All right.
So let's add the bonuses.
Oh, yeah. So where do we
You gotta
add?
scroll to the right because it doesn't quite fit.
Boni?
Bony. Yeah.
Why is it bony?
Because that's correct Latin.
Oh.
All right. So you get a +2 on dexterity.
Okay.
So +2.
So angry.
And you'll get to mark acrobatics, athletics, and stealth with a U.
Acrobatics, athletics, and stealth.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, so let's.
And then is there a place to write down like
Oh yeah, special abilities and weaknesses.
perfect.
So,
Night vision
Night vision.
and cat-like.
Cat Luke. Luke the cat. Okay.
No, I'm Puss in Boots. Can I just put the name here now, or do we do that last?
What do you want to know?
Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
Player.
Oh.
What should I put there?
Crash.
Crash. Okay. Let's scroll down and see what the next step is, so we don't get jumbled up and confused. Choosing skills. All right. Yeah. No. Let's.
We should go through and do all of this.
Yeah.
Like my intelligence is -3.
Minus. That doesn't look very good. Okay. Well, it's still in testing.
Okay. -2. 3. 2. This is painful.
Yeah.
2. 3.
Oh God, you're a really dumb cat. Strength or charisma, so that's a +1.
So +1.
That's
Layla.
yeah, that's an O for free skill, basically.
What?
I'm still wondering if that even makes sense anymore. I think it might not make sense. Okay.
Why don't you just put a plus there?
Plus.
Charisma was okay, so that's +1.
Yep.
-3. -3. +1. What's my wisdom? 0.
0.
Okay.
Oh, you don't have a performance skill yet?
-3. Dexterity is +4, so +4. Okay, +4.
I'm really inconsistent in how I write things down now.
+4.
With the +1 over there.
Fix that.
Yeah. Like how exactly you write it down on the
It's
character
up to
sheet
you.
doesn't really matter, but so long as you can tell it all apart. That's
-2.
That's a 0. because
0,
wisdom.
yeah, okay. Then, whoops, sorry.
Oops.
0.
0, that's a -4.
-3. 0.
0.
-3.
Okay, we didn't do your unlimited skills.
Okay, so that's +4. And then that's +4. And that's +4. Awesome. So the only things we left blank on here, we forgot perception. That's
Perception
-2.
is 0.
Oh, yeah, wisdom is 2.
0.
So the only things we left blank are
Performance.
performance and profession, and they're because I don't have a performance or a profession skill.
You haven't chosen one. Yeah.
Right.
Those are skills that you can pretty much just make up. Like performance can be anything from sand painting to interpretive dance.
Sand painting?
It's a thing. And profession can be anything from firefighter to cook to school teacher.
Yep.
Okay.
This is when I choose those things right now, right?
Well, I mean, you don't have to choose performance or profession skills if you...
Oh, I want to.
Okay, what kind of performance or profession skill would you like to choose?
Oh, I want my performance to be walking across nail beds.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that doesn't really...
Just put nail bed.
Hang on.
Or like nails.
I'm realizing that I made a mistake here, so...
What?
I made these way too small because
Hang on.
only... What would walking on nail beds fall under is like wisdom, intelligence,
Oh.
dexterity.
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 For sure.
Dex.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
It's a bit jank, but
fine.
it's not the finished version, so it's fine.
Dexterity is +4.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of profession? Well, I can't think of a profession right
Okay,
now.
let's just not have a profession for now.
Okay. Okay, I think that's everything for this then, right?
Yeah. All right. So let's figure out how many skill points you get to spend.
How do we do that?
Scroll up. There it is. All right. If you scroll, okay, go back to the character sheet and go up. Okay. So skill points you get is you get baseline. You get 1 point in everything, plus minus the modifier. You get 1 point plus minus modifier, which means you get 2 strength points that you can spend, 5 dexterity points.
Should I be writing this down?
Well, I mean, we can just memorize it, I guess.
But I'm already lost.
Okay, write it down.
Okay, how many of what do I get?
Okay, you get 2 strength.
2 strength.
You get 5 dexterity.
Yeah.
You get 0 intelligence, 0 charisma, and 1 wisdom.
1 whiz. What about constitution?
There are no constitution skills.
Oh, that's a good point.
Mhm.
Okay, so 2 strength, 5 dex, 1 whiz.
So 1 point plus minus your modifier. Obviously, like if you have -3, you're not going to start getting worse at things as you level up.
Yeah.
That would be really funny, though. Okay, so
Okay, I'm looking at the different things that have strength to start.
yeah, you want to put 2
So
points in
2
melee?
points into melee.
Okay, so that's the strength points spent.
I'm gonna do wisdom next.
Okay, 1 point for wisdom.
Don't want to put into leadership.
I guess
Perception.
perception would be pretty useful, I think.
I think perception is the best.
I mean, or you could
Or
put more points
survival.
into piloting if you want to be a cat burglar by
No,
night and
no, I don't want to do that.
a master fighter
Nah,
pilot.
master fighter pilot. What are we saying?
Huh?
Perception.
Perception, yeah.
Perception is incredibly useful, I've found.
Yeah,
So
just being able to search rooms faster, noticing traps, discovering weaknesses in locks,
yep.
all kinds of stuff. Perception is incredibly useful. Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to go through 5 dexterity.
Yeah.
Hello, Leon. That was really cute. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Kissed my chin.
it's just a shame that he's never actually on camera.
Yes, if I hold him up like this. He's so loved,
Yeah.
and he knows it. I kind of want to put more into my performance nail beds, but I don't know what the story is going to be like. I'm thinking about putting more into acrobatics and athletics.
Mm-hmm. Those are all your best skills, your
Yes.
unlimited skills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put 2 into stealth.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
This plus.
I'm going to put 1 into acrobatics.
What?
1 into athletics.
What?
And 1 into performance nail beds.
Wonderful.
This is how I play tabletop games.
I want this. Oh my god. Your insistence on using your concubine skill all the time on everyone
Yeah,
as amusing.
it's what I do best. I find something weird and quirky and make it work so well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm going to do with this character. They will just lay out a nail bed everywhere they go.
I just imagine like us playing it and I read out, okay, but to get there you have to walk across broken glass and you just go, yes!
Yes!
My time to shine.
Exactly, that's what I was just going to say.
Takes off the boots theatrically and walks over it.
Watch me do this.
It's incredibly stupid. Forgets the boots, walks across the glass, then has to walk back to get them.
Pretty much.
That's the thing that we're forgetting here. This character is not smart at all.
Oh no, but just like weirdly dexterous.
So the thing is just so good at stealing things, it doesn't matter if they know if something's actually worth anything.
Yeah.
If you steal enough, like a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your skills taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Let's see what's up next, because I don't remember. Okay, that's an explanation of all the different skills. We're not going to go through all of them right now, because
they all exist in the document.
In the document, which you can access and leave comments on.
To be fair, though,
Yeah.
I have, like, you haven't explained these to me, and I knew what each one of them was.
They are, a lot of them are self-explanatory. I think the ones that might be a little...
Xenology.
Yeah, xenology, sociology, linguistics is like, what? How does that help, you know? But you can kind of look at it that way, that the physical skills have very obvious uses, and the intelligence, wisdom, and charisma skills, they really depend on how well you play, how cleverly you can use them. Because you can use chemistry to open a lock if you have the right ingredients. You can use biology to break someone's arm in 6 places.
Yeah, tabletop, it's all about just like being creative.
Being creative, improvising. Yep. Okay. Yeah, all right. 4, determining accuracy bonuses. I don't know why I'm so inconsistent about bonuses and boni. Anyway, your melee bonus is 1 plus, what's your melee skill? 3. So, melee accuracy bonus is 4.
Okay.
Ranged accuracy is 4 plus... You know what? I'm starting to realize it's kind of a feedback loop here.
A little bit.
Okay, it could be that that these rules change a lot soon. That's the problem with the pluses instead of the circles, because you're supposed to only put the X's. So how many levels did you actually... Okay. Your melee skill is 2 plus... Okay, let's just... Since it already has your attribute bonus in it, it's only your melee skill and only your ranged skill.
Okay.
Which means plus 3 and plus 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was worded weirdly. Things are still changing. I don't have a team to test any of this. Your dexterity is 4. And default armor class is 5, so you have an armor class of 9.
Check that here.
That's
the
for
5 here?
no on the left. You put. The thing still needs to go through redesigns. I have to ask someone who's good at graphic design and doesn't have a job, so
I'm out.
you're safe. Okay, starting equipment. That is like a bigger thing. That's like a whole thing. That probably won't really matter too much right now until you actually like play the game. For now, you can just say, my character starts with a gun or a lock-picking kit. And then when you actually talk to the GM, the game master, about making a character happen, then like figure out together what is fair for your character to start with. If everyone in your party is like, yeah, no, I mean, you're a disgraced ex-cop, of course you like kept the gun that you claimed you lost, you know?
Yeah, fair.
So that's like a whole role-playing thing, and that's entirely up to your imagination.
I want to use nunchucks.
You want to use nunchucks, wonderful.
No, wait, he's Puss in Boots. He doesn't use nunchucks, he uses a rapier.
Yeah. Okay, hello, welcome to me from the future. Unfortunately, the hotkeys for my Outer Worlds playthrough were still active, which means that the second I typed M in Metal Weapon, it muted the microphone. So, yeah. Weapons, especially melee weapons, are handled in a very basic manner. There's basically different tiers of wooden and metal weapons, one-handed and two-handed, and it's assumed that a character who's skilled with a metal rapier is going to deal as much damage as someone who's skilled with a metal baseball bat, for example. It's just kind of one of those things that I put in place to allow players to be as creative as they want to be. So I hope you do that. Now, so here we have the table. How much damage do different types of weapons do? So we're gonna decide that yes, it's a simple metal one-handed weapon. So it would deal 1d6 of damage. So you roll one six-sided die, and that's how much damage you do. Right, so next up we're determining some important attributes. The maximum hit points, which you get by taking your constitution score and adding your constitution modifier. So in this case, it's 10 plus 0 is 0. And you know what hit points are. I don't think I have to explain much for those. Now, something that is a little special is the concept of the injury threshold, which pretty much tells you how much damage does your character have to take in one hit for it to actually be considered a serious injury. And it's generally 25% rounded up. So in this case, Puss in Boots, if he takes 3 or more points of damage, he actually takes lethal damage versus non-lethal damage. And the difference between that is lethal damage are actual injuries, they're like cuts, they're broken bones, maybe even. And non lethal damage is just exhaustion and a couple of minor scratches here and there. If you play as a goat hybrid, keep in mind that your injury threshold isn't at 25, but at 50%. So the likelihood of taking any serious damage is reduced a lot. Like the likelihood of suffering any serious injuries is reduced a lot. So another thing that we unfortunately didn't get the audio for is armor class, and that is how difficult you are to hit. Generally, it's 5 plus your dexterity modifier plus armor bonus from your actual armor that you're wearing. And it's basically if somebody tries to hit you, they roll a 20-sided die. And in this case, if they roll a 9 or higher, then they actually hit you. If they roll something lower, they either miss you or it's deflected by your armor. And that's really like depends on the character how you want to explain why the attack didn't hurt you. Saving throws you get are very important because they are what determines how well you can dodge something in case of dexterity, stomach something in case of constitution, like poison or disease, and how well you can stay in control of your actions with wisdom, which is basically how put together you are mentally. You get those by taking your level and adding your attribute modifier. So Puss in Boots in this case has a 1 plus 4 for dexterity, so 5. And since he has a 0 in constitution and wisdom, both of those are 1. So when it comes to dodging things that happen suddenly, he'll have a pretty good chance. Like when he does the check, he gets a plus 5. But constitution and wisdom are low. So might get sick, might get scared, might get confused, stuff like that. A system that I very much just kind of lifted from the Fate series of RPGs is the idea that if you accept your character's flaws and act accordingly, you get rewarded for it. So, for example, if your character is very loyal to their country and somebody burns a flag of that country, and you say, okay, my character is going to do something really rash, irresponsible, and dangerous to get back at that person, I'm like, congratulations, you're role playing, so you get a Shawnee point. And they're called Shawnee points because, Shawnee is like this power in the universe that gives and takes. So I figured it's a fun little name for something where you suffer but also benefit. Because you can spend Shawnee points, 1 point, to re-roll any die roll that you do. So if you're disarming a bomb and you roll a 1 and the bomb explodes and you would die, you can spend one of your Shawnee points to re-roll that for another chance. Okay, welcome
I'm happy
back.
I checked the audio.
So yeah, Shawnee points.
Yep.
I couldn't think of a cringier name.
This is the absolute cringiest you could have come up with. So.
I was like this close to calling them Shawnee tokens.
Points. Okay. We did
All
that.
right.
Right.
Hey,
We're almost
approaching
at the end.
Yeah. So you probably already gave a character a name.
It's Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots. It's official. Yep. Now the alignment. They work a little differently from the normal ones because usually it's lawful good to chaotic evil, the whole range. But, we go beyond good and evil because I'm so clever. Instead of determining whether your character is evil, it's more of a representation. Do they follow the rules? And how do they feel about violence? Because I think those are the two most important factors in this particular universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. I think most of them are pretty self-explanatory.
No, I think they are. I'm trying to determine what Puss in Boots is.
Like, does he only steal to survive?
No.
Or
no, he steals everything all the time.
He steals because it feels good.
Yeah.
If you break the rules because it feels good, you're chaotic. Yeah. If you break the rules because you have to, you're neutral.
Yeah. So definitely chaotic. I was going to say like, oh no, he's gentle or neutral. But then, I realized how high I put my melee stat up.
Well, the thing is...
I'll do neutral. Chaotic neutral. Don't have a problem with fighting. Don't necessarily do it automatically.
Let's just abbreviate that as CN. Is there anything else that abbreviates to CN?
No.
No, okay. Let's use abbreviations. CN.
Okay.
Chaotic neutral.
Yep.
So basically, you'll fight when you have to, and you'll break the rules because it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
The motivation. That's going to be really important, even though it doesn't really affect gameplay directly. It affects how the GM can design the adventure for you. Because if all of you have the motivation of I want to get off this planet, and the GM is like, I'm going to do an amazing story about all of you becoming real estate agents. And it's like, oh, that's not...
Those two don't line up at all.
Those don't mesh. So even though characters
can have... I high-key want to play a game now that is just... I want to be the very best real estate agent there ever was. You know what? The first thing that came to my mind was
Well, but that's not really challenging for a cat because they can
I know.
eat their own ass. Which
good timing, Leon. That was very good timing.
This podcast is going to have a lot of really, really interesting fan art, isn't it?
Yes. Is it too much to say he just wants to be a really good nail bed walker?
Was his grandfather a nail bed walker?
Yes, it runs in the family.
Yeah, and he wants
the whole family is just members of the circus.
Oh.
And that he just wants to specialize and restart the circus because it stopped.
And that's why he's stealing.
Mm-hmm. To try and make enough money to reopen the circus.
So reopen the circus.
We'll see if this. Do reopen the.
This is.
Okay, circus.
Circus.
Yes!
Reopen the circus.
I actually, high-key, love
Yeah.
this. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, why would the character, like, there can be a lot of drama with stuff like that. Like, it might seem silly, but hey, this is just as lovable. It's basically the squirrel from Over the Hedge.
Yeah.
And, like, he just wants to start a circus again because that's when he felt happy. That's when he felt that his abilities were appreciated. Because in the, like, modern world, if you climb around on things, people call you a weirdo. But
Or
at
a
a circus...
parkourer.
But if you, like, are at a circus, people pay to see that.
Right.
And he just wants to go back to people applauding for him.
I high-key love this character.
Yeah.
Like, this is an amazing character. Distinguishing features.
Distinguishing features. Boots.
Boots and a big hat with a feather in it.
Boots and feather hat.
Yep.
So I'll put this sheet down in the description of the YouTube video.
Yep.
You can use it to figure out what you want to do, but there will be a new one coming out closer to the actual
Launch.
Release of the game. I mean, the game is released right now. You could play it right now if you wanted to. There's just some things that you would have to improvise because I haven't gotten to it yet. Okay, and that's it. So we have Puss in Boots.
Wait, I want to make it bigger.
Make it bigger. Do you want to introduce your character?
Yes. No. I suddenly got stage fright. Puss in Boots. Okay, introduce my character.
Alright, we have Puss in Boots from a circus family. The circus had to close down.
Oh, this like totally made the whole character. It's so good.
Right? Like, context is everything.
Yeah.
Like, you might look at it and go, like, especially like min-maxers, because I haven't played an RPG with less than 20 intelligence in years. Because, like, no, I want to get all the skills. But it's like, no, the character isn't just stupid. The character might just seem stupid because it's not interested in thinking about things.
Right.
And it might just have really bad table manners and poor hygiene. And that's what gets the charisma low.
Right.
But yeah, no,
Puss in Boots.
stronger than average, very dexterous, average health.
In decent health.
Yep. And really good at acrobatics, really good at athletics, really good at stealth, and learned how to walk on nail beds without getting hurt.
Yeah.
Which, again, might sound silly now, but if you're going to have
Could come in very handy at some
like,
point.
cross a gap, and the only way to get across is like a really sharp or rough, like steel wire. You can walk
I was
on
going to say
things.
this character would be good for like balancing thingies too.
Yeah.
Like if you're going across, what's what I'm thinking of, like a wall or like the top of a wall or
Yeah.
something, or a gate fence. What's what I'm thinking of? Brick wall.
Brick wall?
Yeah, like a dividing brick wall or something like that, or
Yeah, that's like what, like acrobatics helps him jump up there, athletics helps him like pull himself up.
yeah.
And another thing that could potentially be interesting is like already has like you don't have any training as a pilot, but you have like 4 points innately just from your high dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe one day if the character is like, okay, I have the circus, but then there's a war.
It should be a traveling circus.
Oh, and you fly around.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, like later on in the game, the character might be able to discover, hey, I'm also a good pilot. Because, yeah, it already has 4 points in it for the higher dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
Also has a decent melee skill. Also has a decent ranged combat skill, even though he hasn't been trained in it at all.
Leon!
You could explain that as, well, he's thrown knives before.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
So he's like good at like leading targets.
Yep.
And all of that kind of stuff. Hey, if you at home want to make Dumbo as a character and send him my way,
You can do that.
it'll be really difficult to make a dumb elephant.
Dumbo isn't actually dumb.
No, everybody just calls him dumb because of his big ears.
Hey, that's what I got called before I had my cosmetic surgery on my ears.
Which you were forced to have
Yes.
when you were 6.
Yep. Now that we've had that tangent, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I made a cool character, I think. I like my character a lot.
Yeah, I think your character is pretty awesome. And
I just want to make more characters.
yeah, and if you have character creation fever, like, go for it, make characters and send them to me. Like
they could be an NPC.
They could be an NPC, or if you are comfortable on camera, you could be a guest character sometime.
Yep.
You could be someone who, like, you could be the nephew of the crime boss who's like coming along on their first mission. Or you could be a notorious assassin sent after the party.
Or you could be someone trying to get the circus up and running again.
Just trying to get the circus back.
That's
and
all I want.
You know what? The name Puss in Boots, not his real name. He got it from a book.
Oh.
Because Puss in Boots, I think, is a story of a cat making his owner a lot of money, isn't it? I think so.
Something like that.
So, what a more fitting name for a character like that. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. And I'll keep slaving away at this. I've written like 60 pages worth of stuff already.
Over the course of months.
Yeah, this has been a lot of work. Like a lot of writing and rewriting and designing things poorly. I also have a very special...
Hold on. Do your plug when I'm not in the way.
I also have a very special thing coming up.
I don't know what it is.
It's a little project that I've been working on. If you're on the Discord, you may have caught wind of something that I was trying to pull off. And I have succeeded. And let's just say that Beyond Good and Evil will never be the same. It will never be that innocent, lighthearted, let's play it, take like 1 or 2 points of damage here and there, it's fine. It'll never be the same again.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, Rapid Peach.
Yes, look for Rapid Peach and you'll find me.
Yep. And me, Starboardy/Star/Bennett. I'm not Starboardy. Starboardy is the boar.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.